After 2 long years of waiting, it's finally here. Retract Battle Royale. Well, the Android version anyway. The iOS version has been out for months now. So it was released a bit after the hype for Battle Royales, I guess. But I mean, that doesn't make the game any worse. So I'm going to be going over everything, both good and bad, about Retract Battle Royale and trying to figure out if it's worth giving a try. But first I just want to give you some background, and this is some personal background so you can skip roughly 20 seconds forward into the video if you don't want to hear this. So, when I was in middle school, there was a game that just got released, and it was called Vast. It was a survival game on mobile, obviously, with some amazing graphics and a large open map. The gameplay was also pretty fine. I mean, the world was pretty large, but there wasn't a lot to do on it. But the game quickly got filled with hackers, which were ruining the game for everyone. And if you try playing it now, it's probably just hackers. So, developers didn't fix Vast, because they've moved on to something else. They were working on a battle royale. This brings us to today and the release of Retract Battle Royale. The first positive thing I want to bring up are the graphics. They are incredible, at least for a mobile game. Now my Samsung Galaxy, I think it's an S7 Edge, can't handle the game, definitely not at 60 FPS, which makes it kinda hard to play. But I've seen gameplay and screenshots from devices that can run it on the max settings, and it looks absolutely stunning, honestly. So yeah, it could probably be a PC game if they really wanted to, kind of like an indie PC game, but still a PC game. Another good thing I want to bring up is the weapons. There's not a lot of weapons when it comes to like the amount of weapons, but there's a pretty good variety. You have a sniper. Obviously, you need that. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a sniper. You also have like rifles. You have the FAL or whatever it's called, and you have your automatic rifles like the AK, and I think you have an M4 as well. And then you have LMGs. Yeah, you have an RPD. So there's quite a lot of stuff to choose from. So I mean, you won't find the same weapon twice. Well, in two different games. I don't know. You won't. I don't know. The map is also pretty good. I mean, it's a bit empty, but it's kind of in the same way as PUBG's map. It's quite large and open. But I feel it might need some more structures. There's also a lot of crates with supplies out in the open. I'm not sure if they're going to be permanent or if they're just a substitute for buildings. But I like the concept. You can find stuff not only in houses but on the ground outside as well, which a lot of battle royales don't. You can only find loot in houses. But that's pretty much where the major positives end. And that doesn't mean there's no other positive things about the game. It's just not something I will cover. It has to be pretty large things for me to bring it up. And I can't really think of anything else. The first thing I want to bring up... I always say first thing I want to bring up is the frame rate. Now this is of course because I have a pretty old phone. The graphics are roughly on par with PUBG Mobile, which I get way better frames on. So that, I mean, I think I'm not going to go too much in depth on this because I'm not that good at the technical stuff. But I think it's because that the game is pretty badly optimized. Now, I don't know what optimized means. My friend has just used the term a lot. So, in situations kind of like these. So I'm going to guess that this is the right moment to use the term in. But what I'm trying to say is I don't get that good frames, but I get good frames on other games with roughly the same graphics. I don't know what to blame it on though, but I'm just going to bring it up. Something else that I find negative, well, that's for me at least, is the pretty bad interface. You don't really get a tutorial. You don't get a tutorial during loading screens or anything like a lot of games do. Also, I don't seem to be able to find a minimap, which, if there is one, that just means the interface is awful. So I can't see where the storm is going to be on the map, and I can't even see where I am on the map or how large the map is, which is kind of a problem when you're playing a Battle Royale with a storm. You need to know where the storm is going to go. Now, I haven't had a problem with the storm because I seem to be able to outrun it all the time, but it's still an issue, I say. Another thing I want to bring up are the somewhat clunky controls. I mean, the fire button is kind of in an odd place, well, to me at least, because I tend to look around. I tend to look around on the right side and move on the left, but the fire button by default is on the left, so I can pretty much not look around before shooting, which makes it really hard to land shots on players that are moving, and in general. But those are pretty much the things that have been bothering me with the Retract Battle Royale Alpha or Beta or something. So, in conclusion, the game is pretty good. It has its flaws, but they're not that big, except for the frame rate thing, which can ruin the game for you. But I'd say it's worth giving a try, at least to see if your device can handle it. If it can handle it, then enjoy yourself. This is a great game, from what I can tell at least, both visually and gameplay wise. Anyway, that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.